Dear friends, welcome to the last module in our B20M program, and we come to the concept of BOSS. This is a concept which other companies do not practice, but a lot of people, a lot of us really, still are not aware of, in Malay they say, apa kelebihan principle in it. And we'd like to share this with you, because it means so much to us. The very fact that Mr. Wong and the rest of the management team understands and appreciates that you and I, as advisors, we have put so much effort, blood, sweat and tears into building up our total client funds, and then we have to just lose it all like that just because we, for some reason, cannot carry on this business. That is very sad, is it not? Some people say that, well, in other companies, you can actually leave it to your next of kin. Sure, you can, but provided your next of kin is interested, provided your next of kin has a license, provided your next of kin would like to do what you have been doing. And so what happens if your next of kin do not like this business? Perhaps he or she has some other areas of interest. And then there goes all your hard work, isn't that true? So in Macro Mutual, because the management team recognizes that they have put in this place, into place, this BOSS concept. Now, what is BOSS concept? Now, first of all, the model works like this. The first one, B, means build your business. Now, how do you build your business? Well, you build your business based on your fee-based, this is your fee-based on assets under management, right? Fee-based under asset management means your career benefits, your career benefits, your asset-based commission, your trader commission, as somebody puts it, okay? So there's a fee based on assets under management, on your personal net NAV or total client funds. How do you build your NAV? Using the 6-step process. How do you build your NAV? Using the B20M strategies that we've been talking about throughout these 6 modules, right? But the important thing is to get it up to at least 20 million and beyond. Then we talk about own your book of business. Of course, the process base, which sets you apart from the rest of the people, and therefore you earn people's trust, and they will continue to invest with you, and therefore you build up your asset, you build up your total client funds. And then we talk about owning your book of business. Owning means it belongs to you. It doesn't belong to the company. But in other companies, it's not yours because it's free for them to do what they want. Unless, of course, you have got a next of kin who has decided to take over. But we here say you own your own book of business, meaning to say this is your own work, you can do with it what you want. You have a say in what's going to happen. And because you service your target clients, and when you really mean what you say and say what you mean, and you provide them all the necessary information and advice and on what to do and monitoring their accounts, giving them feedback, then you continue to build a long-term business. Also, when they realize you are an ethical person, right? And when you service your clients, you're talking about being selective in clients. Well, this is, I guess, arguable. Some people will say anything will do, but I want you to understand this. Remember that if you just take any clients that come along, remember when your client goes to such a large number, will you be able to service them? Will you be able to devote the time that you promised them in the first place? And if you don't, your clients get angry, where do they go? They go to another unit trust advisor. They go to another unit trust company. And that's very sad, right? So when we talk about selective in clients, it augurs well for you because your time is limited, right? And when you do selection of client space, you can pick up those clients who will give you quality funds, who will be there for a longer period of time. But really this is debatable, but it's something we will want you to do. But seriously, the final one is where is the most important and the most exciting part of the concept. We say you can sell your business. Remember what I said earlier? If something happens to you and you got a next of kin, yes, provided the next of kin is a registered unit trust advisor, the business can go to him. How long the business will stay depends entirely on how much interest, how much passion your next of kin has. But because not many people are ready to take on that role, not many of your next of kin are ready to take on the role, Macau Mutual recognizes the fact that because you own your book of business, because you built it up, you have a right to reap what you have sown. And that's why Macau Mutual allows you to sell your business. How does it work? Very simple. Let's say I have built up a sizable PNAV, and that is your total client funds as well. Let's say I've got 20 million and my income is, let's say, 6,000 ringgit. Why? Because I have an asset allocation model, so I don't have everything under equity. So let's say 6,000 ringgit. And then for some reason I decide that I can no longer continue with this business. Perhaps I want to migrate, perhaps I am getting old, perhaps something has happened that you cannot continue. Then what happens? Then we say that you are at liberty, that means me for example, I can go and see some other unit trust advisor within Macau Mutual of course, some unit trust advisor will then say, hey, I want to sell my business to you. And if the person is interested, why? Because of the asset-based commission of 6,000 odd ringgit every month, you will then say, okay, let's look at your list of clients. And so the two of you, the two of us in other words, will sit down and look through the list of clients. And if the other unit trust advisor looked at my list of clients and say that, well, most of them still have a long period to stay in Macau Mutual, right? Say they are in their mid-40s or even late 40s, they will still have quite a long period of time, which means that he will continue to earn your asset-based commission, right? So he won't take the money out. Then the next step to do would be for me to go out with this potential buyer to see my clients. And I want to go and tell my client and say, look, Mr. Client, for some reason I cannot continue on, but I want to introduce you to so-and-so who has got a good track record. He has proven that he serves people well, he's knowledgeable, he's skillful. And if they build up a relationship, if the client finds that this guy is okay, then the client will be happy to switch over to this guy so that he will manage this portfolio for the client. And so they will continue to go there. So I would bring him to see all my clients so that they can build a rapport, so my clients will know who he is or who she is, whoever, and then therefore they will continue this relationship. And having done that, when this potential buyer realizes that yes, there is still going to be, this asset is going to remain in Macau Mutual under his management for some time to come, then he and I will sit down to talk terms. How much? We don't know. It is entirely based on willing buyer, willing seller. What will guide him or her to offer me, and what will guide me to sell the business to him, depends entirely on how we look at the business at that time. If the client feels that there is a long period to go, 20 million, let's say 6,000 ringgit a month, and there is 72,000 a year, 72,000 a year, and the potential buyer sees that there is a few more years to go, he may then offer me a percentage of the money that is to come. And for me, if I accept it, what does it mean? It means that I have not lost out on all my labor in building up this relationship, in building up my business. I can reap what I have sown. I can now enjoy the harvest. And that is the Macau difference. No other company will offer you that. And we are grateful, don't you think, that the management understands that we have a right to enjoy what we have sown. So my friends, that's the boss concept. If you want to build up your team, use this as one of those features which other people cannot have. Use this as a motivation for people to join us. Because as they work in Macau Mutual, they know that not everything will go to waste, so long as they do a proper job in building, servicing, then only they can hope of selling. So my friends, we have now come to the last of the 6 modules in this program called How to Professionally Grow Your Business. Or in other words, how to professionally build a 20 million business. Take our advice, work at it, not necessarily write down to exactly what we say, but you will find that it will be rewarding when you actually join the Emerald member as an Emerald member of the Mackerel Gems Club in Mackerel Mutual. And that means you would have a steady income for as long as you want. So now please switch off the video, go down to our website, answer the rest of the questions, and if you've done so, you would have earned yourself 8 CPD points. Thank you, my friends. On behalf of Mackerel Mutual, we wish you every success.